everybody. Sean TT, and the New York Giants surprisingly won against the Las Vegas Raiders, 23-16. Um, I'm going to exclude the first quarter because um here's the thing. I thought we played about 425, so I didn't even like try to check the score to see if my team was playing. But at the time, it was 7-7. Um, the um the Las Vegas Raiders, exception of the first quarter where they drove down the field and scored that touchdown. They did a lot of nothing. The defense held up. I wouldn't say they contained, Josh Jacobs, Darren Waller, Hunter, Hunter Renford, but they 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 didn't really. The defense showed up when it was needed at the most. I say that. Um, um, they didn't really have a deep threat. I know what happened to Henry Ruggs the third, and this could have been cause of the game to not have that deep throw, deep threat because they did a couple times in the game, and it was either played well or a turnover, turnover. So I'm not saying that this team can easily not rebound from this, but that not having Henry Ruggs in this game, unfortunately, what happened to the situation, that's a big loss, and I think it changed how the Giants played their defense. Now, Darren Waller did play good, Henry Rose, they all played good on the receiver crew, and also the Josh Jacobs did have a good game on the Brown game. But I feel like we played a good enough game to where their mistakes on offense and defense caused us to have the opportunity to win this game. Um, you know, in reality, the defense did have a couple of sacks on Daniel Jones. There was a straight fumble in the second quarter to get that 10-7 lead. That I honestly don't think that. I think that defense, what sorry, what the defense did in that second quarter to prevent them from scoring that touchdown when Daniel Jones got strip sacked. That was huge because I'm not saying we could have not kept up with the Raiders, but there was there was some missed opportunities from the Las Vegas Raiders where it could have changed the outcome to where the Giants had to either had been trailed behind or had because honestly they could have had 21 points in the second half, but it was the miscues, misassignments, missed throws, and the defense stepping up. Because before the end of the second quarter, Derek Carr missed Darren Waller for that touchdown because Bradbury had I think stuck to him 1-on-1, and Darren Waller beat him. He just missed the throw. Darren Waller had Bradbury beat, but he missed the throw, and that obviously caused him to be the 13-10 lead instead of 17-10 lead. Um, in the third quarter, it was kind of like after that pick six by McKinney. That I mean, Derek Carr threw it behind and late, so it was. When I thought the ball would have been incomplete, but McKinney jumped in front. I think it's Hunter Renford, and he intercepted the ball and went for a touchdown. Now I knew the game wasn't over because now the Raiders are a good team. You know what happened to them with John Gruen and not Hunter Redford, Henry Ruggs. It's just I know it's a lot for the Raiders. I hope for that team to be a great team in the future, but I knew this team wasn't gonna go away. They went down the field, scored a field goal, and the game was like it was close. It was 17-13 at the time, and the offense in the fourth quarter. it didn't really spark. They did drove down the field and score a field goal, and then we got an interception late in the game by Darius Carter because he thought he had one of his receivers wide open, but it was covered by the safety down the field. We got the interception, went down the field a little bit more, scored a field goal. It's 16-23. And another thing is the Raiders did miss a field goal late in the fourth quarter. It was a 25-yard field goal that I think could have changed the outcome. Because I think it would have been 19-23. 19-23. Well, it would have been 19-20 at the time. So that would have changed the circumstances to where they had to get the field goal range to win the last minute field goal because Daniel Carlson missed a 25-yard field goal. I think that was a that was a big break for us because that could have been a different outcome because who knows what the Raiders would have done. They probably just ran down the field and just waste the clock up, or we would have had to go down the field and score a touchdown or at least a field goal to have them score a touchdown either way. But um, at the end of the game, the Raiders were driving down the field. I was panicking. I was afraid that the defense would do so well throughout the 55 minutes they had in that entire game and just lose the last 5 minutes of the game. But we got a strip sack fumble and basically won the game. I was afraid because honestly, it just seemed like the Raiders had all the time in the world, and they could have easily drove down the field and scored a touchdown, and either tie the game or win for two to potentially win the game. But at the end of the day, the Giants did win the game. Daniel Jones throughout the throughout the whole game, he played a clean, efficient game. The only turnover he really had was that fumble strip sacks. It was basically a time clock in his head that he didn't. I think that was going to happen because I think our left tackle got beat. But in reality, though, he kept the ball clean. He didn't throw no interceptions. He didn't do too much. It helps to have a run game because what Devin Booker did was what we needed a long time. I know Saquon Barkley, people are like, oh, we shouldn't draft Saquon. He's still a great running back, guys. Saquon, he's a still good running back, guys. I don't understand. Like, yes, he hasn't did since 2018, but like, he's a great running back. And Devin Booker is a guy that is filling the shoes of Saquon Barkley right now. He found some holes. He went through the holes, even though sometimes there wasn't some holes, and got us to 5 yards, to 6 yards, to 4 yards, to get us in a better position for like a 3rd and 6 or a 2nd and 6 instead of like a 2nd and 10 or a 2nd and 9. So it really helped with Devin Booker to he had a great day in the passing, the receiving crew, and the rushing attack. Kenny, not Kenny Dollar. Kadarius Toney unfortunately did not get any receptions. I mean, he did one, but like I feel like we should use him as more often than like we use like Kenny Galladay and Evan Ingram or Sterling Shepard at some point or Darius Slay. Like we have to use him more often because at some point, uh, I don't really want Kadarius Toney to just be an afterthought. Like we drafted him and then we didn't use him. Basically, we use him for a lot of gadget plays and trickery plays and stuff like that. It's not gonna always work if you don't use him in your offense to play, and that's what Jason Garrett needs to get in his big head and stop just being so cautious and basic. Like try to use him in more efficient offense. I know our team isn't there yet, but try to get a little creative. Use that offensive mind of yours that you use when in the Cowboys and stuff. Like, come on, man. Um. Xavier McKinney had 2 interceptions, one for the pick six and one interception late in the game. that potentially I think sealed the game at that point. Um, we had a couple of sacks in the day, um, and also we just played good all in all cylinders, like from the first quarter to the last quarter, and we didn't do a lot of stupid penalties. It was a couple penalties in the first half that caused us to go back, but we overcame it. Um, so I rate this game like a B, maybe a C plus. It wasn't like the whole team. I mean, I don't say the defense, but the offense played better. I thought we could have scored more points in this game, maybe like 30 points, or maybe like on the offensive side, because in the total points that the offense has scored that entire game, I think was 10 points. Because honestly, the defense the defense kept us in this game. Let's be for real. The defense kept us in this game. The offense did drove down the field, but sometimes we were just too far from potentially scoring some points, or we couldn't capitalize on scoring some points. But so we're 3-6. We're going on into our bye week next week. I hope could potentially Saquon Barkley might play the following week against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but who knows? Uh, I rather have all of our players like fully healthy than just throwing them like partially healthy. Like even if they don't play against Tampa Bay, let them wait a next the following week. Because I feel like most of our players are back. Kenny Galladay's back. Darius Slay is getting to that point. Sterling Shepard's unfortunately hurt, and I hope he gets better back towards the Tampa Bay Buccaneers game the next following week. Um, but we just need to focus. I mean, we're not really out of the playoff spot. We could potentially get the last seed in the the I don't want to say NL Central, but I said the NFC side, because we got the Vikings that struggling. Like the Eagles ain't doing so hot. The Redskins ain't there. Like we can potentially get the last seed in the division because the Niners aren't good. The Seahawks side we don't really know. Like we can potentially get the last seed, but that's a big if. Now, do I want the last seed? I don't know. I just want to see this team be more productive on both offense and defense week in and week out. Because honestly, even if we do get to the playoffs, I don't see us team going. We would have to have that 2000, 2018 year where Andrew Luck came back from injury and they started 1-5 and just went a 10-win winning streak. Because that's gonna be a tough thing to even have. But I really hope that everybody stays healthy, everybody stays out of trouble. Um, the Giants and the Las Vegas Raiders team and organization, and we'll see y'all the following week against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, where I mean they should be healthy by when they play against us, because I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were on their bye weeks, so they should be back to where they were. Let's be for real. So this will be that one of the games where it's it's really up to, can we get after Tom Brady? Can we stop Mike Evans? Um, Chris Godwin, Antonio Brown, their other wide receivers, Gronkowski, their tight ends. Like, can we stop Leonard Fournette? Um, you know, their running back, because I feel like their defense is vulnerable. They do have a great pass rush, but I feel their secondary and their corners, you can at least throw against them a little bit. So we just gotta wait and see. So we'll see y'all next time when we play against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 2 weeks from now. I'll see y'all later.
All hail the New York Giants! Oh!